Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hip Hop Weekly News. I am your host, Crystal Ketchum, and to my right is my lovely co-host, Kira Renee. How are you doing today?
I'm good, girl. It's so beautiful outside. Like, I cannot wait to get outside. Like, why are they forcing us to be in the house right now?
I know exactly how you feel. Just today, New York City followed suit behind California, extending their stay-at-home order up until May 15th. But that's not the only thing that's going down in the news, so let's break it down. It's time for the wrap-up. Now, just for $250, Black China will follow you on Instagram. Now, that doesn't mean she'll like or even comment, but if you want to go a step further, just for a mere $950, she'll FaceTime you.
Sierra and Russell Wilson took to social media to share the gender of their bundle of joy. Congratulations, it's a boy. The video had a special guest appearance from his big brother Future and sister Sienna.
According to The Blast, Yaya Mayweather, which is Floyd Mayweather's daughter, may be facing up to 99 years in prison for stabbing her boyfriend, NBA YoungBoy's baby mother.
Facebook launched a new experimental app to keep you and your friends connected during the quarantine. Hit, or Keep in Touch, is a new video chat service made specifically for the Apple Watch.
Netflix is debuting a new documentary soon on the life of Cyntoia Brown, the woman that was convicted for stabbing or killing actually her boyfriend. Now, Cyntoia says this film is unauthorized because she had nothing to do with it.
Drake Tootsie slid his way into the #1 spot on the Billboard charts, knocking The Weeknd's Bridging Lights out of the top spot.
Finally, what all 90s kids have been waiting for, Teddy Riley versus Babyface will happen this Sunday on Instagram Live at 9 o'clock.
The head of the CDC says that the U.S. should be embracing for a second round of coronavirus in 2020. Dr. Robert Redfield says that COVID-19 could potentially turn into a seasonal bug like the flu. So with that being said, that was the end of our wrap up, and we'll be back after this break.
So lonely. Oh my God, I love him. So lonely. Missing you. Oh my God. But not yet. So, and betrayed.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hip Hop Weekly News. Now, of course, there are tons of things going on in the world right now, and music and everything, but we just want to touch on a few. So, Crystal, right now, something that's going on is a lot of music artists are having to not perform. It's crazy. So we've seen a report, you actually found a report that said that live concerts may not be returning until fall 2021. That is crazy. That's literally crazy. And I feel bad for artists right now who actually rely on these shows to pay their bills, because I know that just like people who, work their job 9 to 5 and their paycheck to paycheck, I know that there's artists out who are also show to show to get their bills paid,
It's not even the artists that are affected at this point. It's dancers, it's creative directors, it's, the guys that set the lights and stages. A lot of people are out of jobs because of this. And because it's not going to return to 2021, I don't see how those people can recover or what can they do during this time where we're not having live shows.
Yeah, and I know, imagine all these shows that got shut down, there's no Coachella. And Coachella is supposed to be happening this weekend. I was at Coachella last year, So it's dang, all these artists, especially how it could feel for an emerging artist who this was going to be their first time performing at Coachella. You've been working so hard and boom, it was just taken from you, and there's nothing that you could do about it, nothing. And then even those people who were, because I know productions like Coachella, they're probably 1-2 years in advance on who's performing. Mm-hmm. So now how are they going to handle next year's, if it does not happen this year, what are they going to do? Are they going to say, well, now 2021 show is postponed to 2020. Sorry, we know you were performing for this, but now we got to push you back a year. I wonder, I'm curious to see how the dynamics of that type of stuff is going to play out,
I am too. But on the bright side of things, I would love to see the type of music we get out of this current climate. I feel like a lot of artists have downtime. They have, your creativity should be flowing. I feel like we should get a lot of albums though. I don't know how those album sales will work since they're not touring, but I feel like we should get a lot of good music soon.
So let's just go on to another thing that has been affecting us. Of course, we know that African Americans right now have been disproportionately affected by COVID-19. And before I give you some stats, we just want to take a break or take a moment to just send our condolences to Timberwolves Carl Anthony Towns' family. His mother, Jacqueline Cruz Towns, did pass away due to coronavirus. She was 58. She is now part of that number of African Americans who have been affected by the coronavirus. So right now, if we're just going to take some of the states, if you go to Louisiana, 70% of the people affected by coronavirus have been African American, and 33% of the deaths have been African Americans. In Alabama, of all cases, 44% of the cases have been African Americans, and 26% of the deaths in Alabama have been African Americans. So it's definitely something that is affecting the African American community, and a lot of discussions are, being had surrounding what African Americans can be doing to kind of get a step ahead, per se.
To be honest, I'm not in the science industry, so I can't really tell you what it is. But now that we know that African Americans are disproportionately affected by this, I just feel like now this is the time to start taking this more seriously. Like, seriously, if you don't have to go out to get your essentials, don't go out. Like, I know it can't be that hard to stay at home. Like, not only are you protecting yourself, but you're protecting your family. Like, you do not want it to hit home for you where you lose your mom, your aunt, your brother or sister. It's not worth it.
And then the last thing that we want to go ahead and discuss is something that, of course, is a system that was put in place to help people. So, of course, supposedly, no. But so the federal government has issued stimulus checks, and they do say that most people should have those stimulus checks in their bank account by April 17th, and it is $1,200. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. I live in LA, and I don't know what they were thinking when they came up with this number, but I don't know what $1,200 is supposed to do to help people.
Okay, I'll say this. I know most people who are unemployed right now, we're just grateful. Of course, everyone's grateful for that $1,200, but in the long run, it really is not doing anything. Like you said, even in Georgia, like, someone's rent is just $1,200. So that's just rent. What about food? What about, even though, your lights and stuff, they're still staying on, but once this is over, you still have to pay that back. Like, It's just not, you got a car note, you have car insurance you still have to pay. They might give you a 15% discount, but you still have to pay your car insurance. Like,
one, promising thing that we can potentially look forward to is that House Democrats did propose a new act called the People's Act that which they are proposing to have $2,000 payments sent to Americans monthly until the coronavirus pandemic is controlled, and until all these stay in place orders are lifted and all this stuff. Now, I do say that's a little bit better, and I feel like that is leading towards what other countries are doing. That's in place in Canada right now. And I do know someone, and she's chillaxing. But, I feel like that sounds a lot better, and I feel like that will give people way more sense of peace of mind instead of, scrambling to try to apply for every federal grant, every federal loan, and every single thing that they can think of, which you should be applying to every single thing anyway. But there's tons of money out there, and there's tons of resources. You just have to do your research. But, it kind of alleviates that for some people, that stress,
That sounds so great, $2,000 a month. But not trying to be the negative person, but how realistic is that? And do you really think that's going to pass?
I mean, who knows? Like, girl, the way this world is running.
Like, I would really love
like in our world, I feel like everything goes to the small business owner right now, and they're really doing more things because America's built on businesses. Like, America is about building businesses, and it is about helping the businessman. So do they really care that much about anyone who's not in business to want to even push forward to give them $2,000? I feel like, if anything, they're probably trying to give entrepreneurs and freelancers and subcontractors $2,000 a month. And, so, I mean, I guess we'll just have to see how the Republicans take to it, because this was proposed by Democrats, not Republicans.
And then not only that, right? So you get, say if it does happen, I'll be really grateful. You get that $2,000 a month. What happens when we have to file our taxes the following year? How does that work out?
We're going to find out. We're going to find out when they pass this bill. We read those fine lines.
Fingers crossed, but let's see.
But look, I mean, you got to put like this. Nothing in the world is for free. Nothing is free. So just nothing is free. And we'll leave it at that. Okay? So with nothing in the world being for free, neither is this content. So all we want you guys to do is just like, subscribe, and comment. Subscribe to our channel on Hip Hop Weekly magazine. And if you have anything that you want to add to our discussions and you have a comment about what we've been talking about, please be sure to in the comments below. Go ahead and let us continue the conversation past this video, okay?
I'm Crystal Ketchum.
And I'm Kira Renee. And thank you guys so much for watching Hip Hop Weekly News.